Longboat Energy is an emerging full-cycle North Sea exploration and production company with a portfolio of, it says, significant near-term low-risk exploration assets. Now, it's told investors about the spudding of the Egyptian Vulture exploration well, with interim results showing cash reserves and no debt. A warm welcome to Chief Executive Helge Hammer. So Helge, you've just spudded your second exploration well. When do you expect to announce some results?
In fact, both these wells that we're drilling at the moment are 6 to 8 weeks wells. So both should be around the same time, so be exciting.
Okay, so that's soon, but that word exciting is a bit of a cliche, forgive me, Helge, but how confident are you of a successful outcome from these wells, and what size of resource are you targeting?
They are both relatively low risk exploration wells. Norway has had a very good track record from exploration drilling last couple of years, which is also very helpful. But exploration is risky, so they do still carry that risk. But we are optimistic, I would say.
I'm just wondering how optimistic you are
Yes.
about the third exploration well. When are you expecting to spud that? Are you expecting to spud it before the end of the month? Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, that the rig is actually ready to leave location from where it is at the moment. It's a jack-up drilling operation, which means there needs to be a weather window. So as soon as the weather allows, it will move to our location. So that could also start already in a week's time, or who knows how long it takes before the weather windows. But in a week or in a few weeks. So then we would be having 3 wells drilling in parallel. And in terms of the resources we're targeting, it's in the range 25 to 60 million BOEs. That's billion barrels of oil equivalents net to Longboat in these 3 wells combined. So it's very, very significant targets.
It certainly is, but there's more than just 3 targets, because you are drilling 7 wells over 18 months. If any of them are successful, what are the next steps for the company?
The next step is commercialization. Commercialization can have different meanings. It could be a trade of a discovery into producing assets. It could be that we need to take it forward through an appraisal campaign to mature it further. So we have options. That's the main thing. As soon as we have a discovery, we have various options for how to take it forward.
Okay, so optionality is good. And I'm looking at your current cash position, which is looking pretty good, cash of nearly £40 million. However, it's an expensive industry. Is that enough to cover the full 7 well program?
Yes, it is. So we're very pleased that we have such a strong balance sheet, and we had a successful equity raise this summer. So we are in a very strong position for this program.
Okay, well, forgive me for being a pessimist, but that is part of my role, Helge. If the wells are not successful, would that be game up for Longboat?
Well, first of all, I think it's very unlikely. I mean, the reason we went for this 7 well farming approach is the portfolio approach, which was so successful when I was in Faroe. I mean, so by drilling 7 wells, all independent targets, I think we have very, very low chance of them all being failures. But I mean, even in that case, I think we are working ahead and hopefully will deliver another transaction before we get to the end of this program. It's an 18-month program, so it won't be over at this stage.
Okay, I think it's important just to tell people who aren't familiar with your company that Longboat Energy was established by ex-Faroe Petroleum PLC management, because you mentioned Faroe there, but you also mentioned acquisitions. So M&A opportunities, where are you looking? Norway, also in the UK?
Yes, that's correct. In both countries. Indeed, we used to work for Faroe, same management team, and we have a strategy to replicate the success of Faroe. Faroe was very much built on exploration success and transactions, and we have adopted that same model. So I'm very optimistic that that we can deliver some good deals. But it has to be good deals, not just deals for doing deals. And whether it's UK or Norway in the next deal, we are working both in parallel. So where we succeed first, I don't know.
Okay, so you're not doing deals for deals' sake, but you've spoken to me about your optimism and past success. So when will you like to hear or deliver or share news of your first discovery, ideally?
When will be as soon as we have a success. I'll love to share it, and I'll first drink a glass of champagne when we have a discovery, and then I'll work away on how to maximize the value from what we have discovered.
Okay, well, I'm glad you mentioned champagne, because you're currently in the UK. There's a shortage of carbon dioxide, which is going to affect the beer at the pump. So yes, champagne is certainly the better option. But finally, Helge, you know, in the RNS, you talk about a net asset value of over $1 billion based on precedent transactions in the Norwegian North Sea for development assets. How conservative an estimate is this?
That number is actually not our number. It's from a competent person report. So it's but it does include the full value and all the upsides in the prospect. So it's the total of net exposure of all the prospects that we're drilling in this 7-well campaign, multiplied by $4 per barrel, and $4 per barrel is the average transaction value in the type of transactions that these discoveries would involve. So it's that's the number. You know, it doesn't have to be 1 billion. If it's less, it could still be a huge value creation in the program that we have ahead of us.
It's just such a delicious round number, Helge. But Helge Hammer, Chief Executive of Longboat Energy, thank you very much for your time on what's a very busy news week for you.
Indeed. Looking forward to all that. Thanks a lot, Sarah.